decided to do a garden update, even though I've been doing these a lot. I skipped a couple of days and, just to cool down on it, and all of a sudden things are happening, so I have to start talking about things, okay? So, Justine's grass area is extremely luscious and green, and I've got to cut it down, but I'll probably do that today when she comes home, who knows, but just haven't had any time. Lots of trees. These maples, they're more of a weed here. They grow. I don't mind them because I like trees. Trees make wood, and I make things out of wood, so. So anyway, I've got a couple of them in sort of a candid environment. They're all, what do you call that? In captivity, I guess. They're all growing out of pots. Most of them are doing pretty well. Most of them are starting to get, their stalk length, and they're starting to get some extra leaves out, and so that's kind of cool. They're gonna start to become saplings probably in not too long. I don't know. Anyway, nothing wants to grow here. This is awesome soil. Well, grass wants to grow there. That's it. Same here. Awesome soil, but well, I think that was experimental anyway. Herbs, they're doing perfect as always because herbs like to grow, especially if you take care of them. I transplanted all of my indoor kale that I was growing because it was all, it just wasn't getting enough sunlight and whatever, so anyway, that's what's left of that one kale. This plant is not doing too well. I used, this is the problem. Justine bought some non-organic soil, and it's mostly wood chips. There's like, little, it's wood chips and what's this stuff called? I forget the name, but yeah. So it's mostly wood chips and that stuff. Perlite. That's what that's called. Wood chips and perlite. Then down here, more trees, all doing well. These guys are on they're about just pushing out their third leaf. So those all up there are on their third leaf and like pushing their fourth leaf. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure how to describe that. It's my observations that I've been making. Maybe I'll read more on the life cycle of a tree. Okay, this is one of the big things that I want to talk about. These literally came up overnight. I'm pretty sure these are potatoes. There are potatoes way underneath this bed where I was once trying to grow them. This is just like what happened in the big garden. I tried something, didn't think it was happening, so I quit. And one day, it just blew my mind. But, yeah, so they've just kind of pushed, I guess they did most of their growing underground because that's what potatoes do, and then they pushed their leaves out through, and it looked kind of funky, like a whole mature plant was just being pushed out of the ground. That's kind of cool, so we'll let those things build up roots, because the roots are the potatoes. Kale. Kale is happening in here. Bugs seem to love it, and I don't know if that's a bad thing or not, but kale. And this plant should not be living right now. It got knocked over, the stalk was snapped by some kind of big animal, but you can see here it's got this, like, kind of like a tree, it's got this little knot or burl. You can see here, it's got this little knot here, or a burl, like on a tree. So it healed there, and the roots are actually kind of exposed, but this plant's doing pretty well otherwise. Like, it shouldn't be living, but it's thriving. It's even got some buds starting to blossom. So soon enough we'll have some decent tomatoes on that tree. I'm amazed that did so well. My gourds are growing. They're blossoming in a couple places, I think. They definitely have buds. I can't really locate them right now, but so I've learned that when you grow things in this plant family or whatever, you pretty much want them to live by themselves and not with anything else. I didn't know this. I knew that they did this curly thing, What I didn't know is that this curly thing was trained in mixed martial arts fighting styles, and so what happens is they reach out and grab onto the other plants living around them. This is what my pumpkins have done so far. I really kind of want to end the life of a couple of them, but I can't bring myself to do that because they're just doing so well and I don't want to interfere with that. But they reach down and grab on nearby plants and murder them. And there's just all sorts of stuff going on. I'm so excited. I'm finally getting some peppers out of my little pepper plants. All of my tomato bearing plants are blossoming. These ones over here, I did not get to migrate them out in time because at this point I just do a lot more bad than good. So I'm pretty much gonna let nature do its thing and survival of the fittest and all that. Hopefully more than 2 of these plants will survive, but I imagine 1 or 2, definitely 1 will survive. And yeah, some pumpkin blossoms over here. Pretty soon they should be putting out some little plants, or little, what do you call them, little fruits. And what do you know, look at this. This plant's already got fruits on it right here. That's cool. I'm happy about that. I got tomatoes. Look at that. My broccoli, I'm just letting it do its thing. I haven't trimmed it at all, but I probably should. Every once in a while I pass by and I grab one of these guys. This is apparently like a superfood. They're really good for you, so just pick it right off the plant and eat it. And yeah, just massive amounts of other stuff. And this is how you learn, I guess. There's no loss here. Either way, the things that do make it, cool, you know, I'll have a little bit of food or whatever. The things that don't make it, no big loss because it's building up fertility in the soil. Or earlier there was problems with my camera. My phone was getting too hot in the sun outside to operate, so it kept dying on me. But this is how I end my day. Amelia has chased Gracie. She now stands up. Or not stands up, but rather she crawls. Well, she like pulls herself along.